Hi, I'm Andy. I've had a really great question that's been posted on one of my YouTube videos, which is how can I get a count in for loop recording on the Boss BR-800? This is one of those technical videos, so if you're not interested then you don't have to stick around. So I usually start by selecting the sound effects that I'm going to use for a song, and I copy them down to the song banks S01, 02, 03, 04, etc., because that makes them much easier to find. I just start there, and when I want to change, just click it around to the next one. So what I've chosen for this, just for this demonstration purpose, is some kind of rhythm guitar, which is going to go. Okay, so that's kind of a bluesy thing, and then we'll put a bass over the top of that, which will go, we'll change the pickup. Etc. And then on top of that, we'll do a bit of lead guitar, which will go. You get the idea. For the count-in, we're going to set up a rhythm arrangement, and what we did with that is we go to Edit. You can have 5 different arrangements for any song, but this is SO1. We press Enter to edit and enter on step. The first step is a metronome beat at 120 beats per minute. If we press play, you can hear what that sounds like. That's just that specific step. Stop. Okay, now the next step, we turn the knob, we go down to step number 2, and that starts on measure 3. In other words, measures 001 and 002 are going to be that metronome beat, and measure 003 is going to be blues 1 verse 1, that particular pattern, and that goes like this. Now, because that is the last step in the arrangement, in other words, there isn't step 3, that will just continue to the end of the song. It will just continue forever. So that's our count in. The BR-800 is in loop record mode, which means that the moment you stop recording, everything you've recorded up to that point is then copied up to approximately 200 measures. So I'm going to press play, we'll get our count in, and then I'll press rec, record the loop, and press rec again to stop. And we'll see how that goes. Low would be helpful if we started at the beginning of the song. I think I might just leave that in. 0. You see the difficulty with that? It's not possible to press the rec button at the same time as taking the very first strum. Well, working on the assumption that this little box has saved me the expense of buying 39 amplifiers and 10 or 12 effects pedals and all sorts of other things, I figured that I could probably afford to go and buy a foot switch to use, and using a foot switch I can turn record on and off with my foot, so I can strum at the same time as starting record. I'll just demonstrate that. Play. When I stopped record, the 4 measures of the loop were then copied 49 times. That's the original loop plus 49 copies. That's 50 times 4 measures is 200 measures exactly, and that's what loop record mode does. It just copies whatever loop you've done until it's got 200 measures with you. But what if you haven't got a foot switch? All is not lost. Before we get on to recording the bass and the lead guitar, I just want to show you how you can use this counting without a foot switch. And one of the ways of doing this is by using auto punch. So we can automatically start and stop recording in a pre-programmed way. So let's just click on menu and we go to auto punch in out, press enter and turn that on. We have to make sure that we're looking at measures so that we know where our loop is going to start and end. I want it to start on the very first beat of measure 3 and end just before the very first beat of measure 7. So there we go, 4 measures loop. When auto punch is enabled, you get a little sign saying a.punch in the screen so that you know that it's going to stop and start recording automatically. Okay, auto punch is enabled. When I press rec, it's flashing because it's not actually recording yet. We've gone back to the beginning of the song, and when we press play we should get our count in, and we should then be able to start playing at the beginning of measure 3, and it should all happen automatically after that because we are in loop record mode. Here we go. There we go. Completely hands-free, no foot switch, and we have a loop. Let's just change to how much fun is that? For the final piece of the jigsaw puzzle, we don't particularly want to hear the count in on our finished song. So we'll go back and we will edit step 1, which is currently a metronome beat, metro 4/4, and we will make that a break. There's something else I'd like to share with you. The problem with that is that this is going to end up being a 15-minute video, and I do like to keep them really short because, you know, there's a limit to how much of my rubbish guitar playing people are prepared to put up with. But I would like to do another follow-up to this, which is how to record alongside music from iTunes or from YouTube or wherever else you want to get it from, using the BR-800. So I'll put that in a part 2 video. Meantime, I think what we ought to do is just finish off that looping thing with those 3 little bits of guitar pieces plus a bit of a rhythm track, and say thank you very much for watching. Hope you're having a safe time out there, and see you in part 2. Action.